Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson traded her judge's robes for a Broadway costume Saturday night. She fulfilled a childhood dream with a one-time only performance in the hit musical comedy and Juliet. In her memoir, Lovely One, Jackson discussed her love of theater and her dream to be the first Supreme Court justice on Broadway. We spoke exclusively with the justice at the Civilian Hotel in New York just before the very first rehearsal for her Broadway debut. What do you expect the rehearsals will be like?
I think they'll be really fun. I imagine, I'm thinking in my head of something like Fame. Do you remember that show?
Yes,
Fame?
Of course.
Where they were behind the scenes, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson may laugh, but when it's go time,
when you walk on stage, you're instantly recognizable.
She brings the same determination,
Is this the right one?
grit,
A 1, 2.
and confidence
Guilty roads to an endless love.
that in part earned her the prestigious title of Supreme Court Justice.
I feel very much in my element.
You do?
I do.
I love that.
And Juliet, first rehearsal.
From table reads,
I think what I like about it is I'm having a very strong negative reaction to it. Like I hate it, which makes me think it's probably brilliant.
to scene walkthroughs
We're all gonna take a big step.
and vocal sessions,
Show me the meaning of being lonely. Is this the feeling I need to walk with?
Justice Jackson learned what it takes to get Broadway ready.
I just always loved theater, and I felt very comfortable on stage. I was always performing from when I was really young. It just felt like the theater people were my people,
The Justice is taking on 2 scenes written solely for her in a one-time walk-on role in the hit musical and Juliet.
It's a story about female empowerment and, women's ability to do what they want to do, to control their own destiny. I think it's a wonderful message and obviously very fun.
You said once this is done, you're going to go back to the business of being a Supreme Court justice. Did you consider, I wonder what people are going to say? Not that that's ever
Yes.
stopped you in life, but like...
Well, other justices actually have done somewhat similar things. I just also think it's very important to remind people that justices are human beings, that we have dreams, and that we are public servants, and we're not so detached from the people that we serve.
And part of that means seizing the opportunity to fulfill a lifelong dream of performing on Broadway.
I grew up a theater kid, and my best friend was a girl named Sunny Schleifer, and the two of us would make up skits and dress up and do all of these things. And then when I got into high school, I did speech and debate, and I had these 2 different loves, the law and theater. And so being the first Black woman Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage, that has been a dream of mine for all of these years.
And this is not without precedent because in college at Harvard,
Yes.
you did act.
I did.
And you famously acted with one guy who I can't remember, Matt Damon.
Now, I will say, it was
Okay.
not like a big play or anything.
Okay.
We just were in a drama class together. And we're there to do a scene from the play. And so I memorized my lines and I'm ready to go. And it's over. And the professor says, Ketanji, you did such a good job. Matt, we'll talk. It was terrific. I mean, there were times when I considered doing acting,
And not pursuing the law?
I'd always wanted to be a lawyer, but I thought, well, maybe I'm pretty good at this.
And on Saturday night,
Which makes me think it must be brilliant.
to a sold-out audience,
Oh, we used to do more than date. He used to come to my balcony all the time.
Justice Jackson took the stage and showed everyone just how good pretty good is.
Is this a feeling I need to walk with?
I guess this moment reinforces for me that anything is possible. I didn't let anything sort of hold me back or stop me, the obstacles that I would think were pretty obvious based on my background. And so I think the lesson is don't give up and don't be deterred. And again, that anything is possible.
I just think that this is such an inspirational story for anyone.
Yes.
Because
Agree.
she is only the 116th Supreme Court Justice of the United States. So this is that's rarefied air, but also performing on Broadway, and she had that dream when she was a child, to be the first Black Supreme Court Justice to perform on Broadway.
Yeah, mission accomplished. Check, check, and check.
That's right.
I like when she says, because justices have dreams too.
That's right.
That's a lesson.
But
we
she
should
seemed like
all
she really
take a
fit
page
on
from.
stage. I mean, if you didn't know ahead of time and you're in the audience and you're watching the performance, you wouldn't be like, that one's a judge. I think.
That one's a judge. No, she's as comfortable on the stage as she is in front of the legislative bench.
Yeah.
And she signed books for you guys.
Good
Gayle,
stuff.
you already have.
Love it. Thank you. All right.